down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
Hey, what's going on? This is your friend, Steve VanCauwenbergh, the Savvy Somebody. I'm out there trying to get it done, and I'm just involved with CEOs right now. I don't know what's going on in my world, but one thing I know is that we need education. Not only me, but obviously you, or you're seeking it out because you tuned into the show. So I'm excited that you did. And we're going to continue on with part 2 of the CEO of somebody. So you are a CEO of your life. You need to take that serious. You need to work on it. And this is part 2. And we're talking about strategy today. Today we're talking about 9 things that I think that tools in your tool belt that you need to consider as a CEO. Now, when we go through all of these parts, it's overwhelming, the skill set that you would need to be the most productive, gangster, better, amazing CEO. But let's just take these things one at a time and develop ourselves into be a better CEO. So let's go. Here we go. Strategy. You got to be competitive. You got to understand competitivity. Or is that a word? I don't know. But to be competitive. And what is your strategy towards your competition? And so, like, just real simple, but as a small business owner, let's just say you own a DJ company or an accounting firm, and you're charging a certain price, and you don't know what's going on in the marketplace. What's the competitive price point of your product or service? So you need to have a strategy towards that. Do you know what everyone else is charging and why, or the process of how it's handled? What is your competitor doing? What's your competitive strategy? Number 2, develop strategic business models. Like, you have a product. What does it look like? What's your ultimate goal for this part of your business? You got to be. You can't just be willy-nilly. You can't just be, hey, I'm just going to do that and let's see, throw it to the wall and see if it works. It doesn't work like that. You got to be strategic in everything you do. I think even in the way you communicate to people. And it's interesting because I'm like a off the cuff kind of guy. I just say what I kind of say, and I kind of calculate it. But as I get older and more wiser in some form or fashion, and it's usually I usually have better success if I just slow down and just think about what I'm going to say and then how it's going to play out in that conversation. Number 3, succession planning. It's interesting. All the people that I work with, high net worth people, regular people, no one ever considers what's going to happen when they die. I'm like, as a CEO, if you were getting millions of dollars of bank funding, usually that banker will require you to have some sort of life insurance or some sort of a contingency plan or succession plan. So, it may be too premature in your world, in your mind, but, what does it look like? I know that when I sit down and start a new business or work with someone on a business, what is it going to look like in 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 17 years from now, 20 years from now? Have a succession plan in place. And that's strategy, okay? As a CEO, no one else is going to do it. You're going to have to do it. That's why you're the leader, and that's why you're doing it, okay? Number 4, strategic hiring. Listen, this is where I am weak in. And let me give you a little example here. But I heard this awesome story the other day that a collection agency was looking for the very, to replace like this department head of this collection agency. And they really are strategic about what they're doing. They want the very best. So they call the very best company and find out, or through some research, they find out who is the very best closer of a collection agency. They found out this person's name. They also found out that there was a business conference that this person was going to participate in. I don't know how they found this information out, but they found that out. And then the CEOs of the company, they sent a representative of their business to go to that conference. They made that individual, that top tier collection person, an offer for employment, and that person took the offer. It was like an amazing offer for them, and they moved across the country, and 18 years later, they're still there. That's strategic. And that's how thought you need to be. It's like right now I'm in the middle of building a restaurant and we got to hire 39 people or more, 45 or something. And one of the key people is a general manager that oversees the operations manager, whatever you want to call this individual. But I'm strategic in how I'm trying to find this person. One, my strategy, maybe not the best strategy, is to steal this individual. Usually CEOs are sleeping sometimes, or the person under them, they're not really paying attention to the needs of that person that's running that restaurant. And my job is to find that person and to reward them with an opportunity to work for our company, because our company necessary would be better. So here's an interesting scenario. Another company that I know is merging, and they want to uproot their local office and move them to Texas. And so they offered, an incentive. If you want to move, basically, if you don't move, you're fired. And I realized, talking to this executive, that the incentive that they're telling people is $25,000. Now, would you move your whole family? Now, they'll pay for your moving expenses, moving truck, or whatever the cost may be for you to take on this endeavor. But would you jump for $25,000? You can't even buy a car for $25,000. I mean, a legitimate car. I mean, a car that's going to last, right? And see, I just think those folks, the board of directors or the CEO, whoever is making that decision, is not strategic. Because in today's labor force, employment needs to be extremely competitive. People want to stay at home. Obviously, look at all the tech companies are struggling. People don't want to work at a factory all day, right? So you've got to provide. You got to be strategic, and you got to provide. What makes you thrive as a company? Why would I want to work for you? And what's the competitive advantage for that individual to work there? Are they going to be? Is it a dollar amount, or is it that they have self-worth, or they're part of something that's bigger than them? Some people are motivated not necessarily by money, but they're motivated by success, and success to you may be different to someone else. So you as a CEO, you've got to figure out strategically how to hire the right people. Now, after you get that ball rolling, number 5 is managing top talent. I'm telling you, the best, if you want to be wealthy and successful, and you got to hire people, it's impossible. You can't do this society, this world on your own. I mean, you're only going to get dismal rewards. When you hire people, you got to hire top talent. Now, how you as CEO, you've got to figure out, this is a key element, I believe, in managing top talent. And I'm struggling with this. How do I keep my staff engaged? And especially that my staff is remote. How do I maintain that in an authentic way? It may work. Well, hey, let's go play miniature golf every quarter. My firm, we kind of try to engage people, let them know that they're important. How can we serve them? What's their needs? Dream manager mentality. But the reality is, it's not easy, and everyone's different in different ages, different religions, whatever. You've got to be strategic in your top management. You got to figure out what makes them tick and how can you contribute to their life. Number 6, sustainability. Listen, you've got to, there's mergers happening. Technology's advancing. AI is taking over. You've got to realize what sustainability is. And let me just give you an example of this in the real estate world, right? Interest rates were 4%, 3%, 5%, whatever. You got into the game at that time. And you may not have paid attention that you only have 3-year lock of a loan, or a 5-year or 10-year lock. And all of a sudden those things are maturing and interest rates have gone up. That may wipe you out in cash flow. So you got to have, as a CEO, sustainability is critical. And so, do you diversify? Do you pivot? But you don't just run out and be a guru. If you're not doing well in real estate and all of a sudden you start teaching classes or hosting seminars because you're trying to have an influx of cash to sustain your business, that is not a good strategy. I had to, I need to do this podcast on kind of my adaptation of, if there's something, this is an area in your life that you need some help in, let me know. I'll do a podcast on it, because what I think today and my sustainability is not the same type of, in the beginning I was a cash flow investor, and now my whole mentality has changed in the world of real estate. Nothing negative or wrong. It's just, I've just pivoted. I built that. I want a sustainable lifestyle. How can I obtain that? And dealing with the Fed rate and all that, it isn't in line with what I'm trying to do. So that's another podcast. We'll do that later. Number 7, sales and operations planning. Now, this is critical. I do this every Wednesday. If you're in Oklahoma City on a Wednesday, you're trying to get a hold of me between 11 and 2, it's not going to happen, because I am in a strategic meeting on operations, which is policies and procedures, systems, and sales. Like that is every Wednesday. That's what I am doing. And I think that's what every CEO needs to be doing. And sales draws revenue. Your job, as we talked last time, is on revenue. The company won't succeed, won't move, won't happen if revenue is not there. So it's a critical mass. It's a strategic plan. You've got to be on it. Some of the other key things, and then we'll wrap this up. Hopefully this inspired you in some way, some form. Maybe you want to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you want to be a business owner. These are some things that you need to learn. Number 8, corporate social responsibility. And what I mean by that is, like, are you involved in the community? Are you participating in a charity? If you heard my podcast a couple podcasts ago, actually my name was there too. Actually, I donated something and I got a little sign there. That's social responsibility. Are you aware of what's going on? How can you contribute? How can you get your name out there in a positive way that's strategic for your business? And not necessarily so you can get an ROI, but are you being responsible socially? Are you, maybe even in your lunchroom, are you recycling? I don't know. Think about it. It's important to some staff. It's important to society. You need to really have a strategic idea about it. Number 9, this is what I had to leave it best for last. Evaluation of market opportunities. Okay, what that is like you constantly, as a CEO, right? You're managing, you're getting top talent, you're creating systems and policies and procedures, you're hiring someone to create policies and procedures, but your eye is looking forward for other opportunities in your market. So that could be a diversification of a product or service, but you're always evaluating, again, of course I'm going to quote this wrong, but Sam Walton, he would always let go every year. He would put in line, 10 people that were the best 10 staff members, and he would automatically cut the last 20% off. He would let them go and move on. And he was constantly churning opportunities in the market for better help, for better people, for better products. And then he would just he was always constantly evaluating where they're at, what they're doing, where they're going. And you need to do the same. Okay. And this is not something that, all these things could be quick, concise, or you can have staff. It depends on how big your organization is that you can bring these things to you. But to be a true CEO that's dominating, that's bringing to the marketplace, is these 9 quick things on strategy. Number 1, competitive strategy. Number 2, develop strategic business models. 3, succession planning. 4, strategic hiring. 5, managing top talent. Sustainability, sales and operations and planning. Number 8, corporate social responsibility. And number 9, evaluation of market opportunities. What opportunities are there? If any of those 9 struck you in any way, let me know. Email me, text me, call me, whatever. If you don't know who I am, that's okay. This is your first episode. Hopefully it was a good episode. I love to have feedback. As I mature as an adult, a couple things I'm really thinking about and considering in my own life is, am I receiving criticism properly? Can I receive more criticism? If maybe something that I said that maybe could spur you to tell me something, let's do it. But you can call me or text, and my phone number is 405-633-2528. That's 405-633-2528. Now, I probably won't necessarily answer it, but definitely I do see text messages on here. It goes directly to me, and that's 405 Oklahoma represent 633-2528. That's 405-633-2528. Say something, holler. You got a question, let me know. I would love to serve you. My name is Stephen VanCauwenbergh. You tuned in to the Savvy Radio Show. I'm excited. Let's get this ball rolling.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at savvyradioshow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.